German immigration to Ohio in the 19th century. Erste Deutsche Ohioans. First German Ohioans. The first group of Germans which arrived in Ohio were from the Palatinate, Baden, Württemberg, Alsace-Lorraine or Alsace-Lotharingen, and Switzerland. The first wave of German immigrants arrived in Ohio in 1807. Many also came from pre-existing German communities in Pennsylvania and New York. Wo sind die Deutschen? Where are the Germans? Many of the Germans which settled in Ohio lived in the western part of the state, and also some spread out through different parts of the state. The counties which contributed most of the community was Hamilton County, which is home to Cincinnati, Cuyahoga County, which is home to Cleveland, Montgomery County, which is home to Dayton, Lucas County, which is home to Toledo, Franklin County, which is home to Columbus, Mahoning County, which is home to Youngstown, and Summit County, which is home to Akron. Many were also in rural areas and spread out throughout the state, where they formed their own community enclaves. Zoar Village. Zoar Village was set up as a German separatist community founded by Joseph Baumler in 1817 along the Tuscarawas River. They were originally from Württemberg. This community was seeking religious freedom in the newly formed state of Ohio due to persecution in their homeland. The community became self-sufficient and prosperous, relying almost entirely on products and goods made in the village. A famous example of an antebellum utopian community. Zoar is famous today for its magnificent garden in the center of the village. German settlement along the Miami-Erie Canal. In the early 1800s, the call for workers on the canal came throughout the newspapers and handbills in Germany. The trip to Ohio took about 3 months over land and sea. They formed towns along the canal line, which included Bremen Germans forming New Bremen, Langenbergen Germans forming New Knoxville, Osnabrück Germans went to Cincinnati, and West Central Ohio became the first major rural area where Germans settled and formed their own communities. Among this includes the land of the cross-tipped churches in West Central Ohio founded by Catholic Germans. Many came for the opportunity to own and farm affordable farmland. Deutsche Zeitungen, German newspapers. Among the newspapers that were created by the German community in Ohio was Der Ohio Adler in Lancaster, founded in 1807, Der Patriot am Ohio, which was founded in Lisbon in 1808, Der Ohio Chronic, which was founded in Cincinnati in 1826, and the Volksblatt, which was founded in Cincinnati in 1836. The newspapers kept them true to their heritage while simultaneously helping them to Americanize. Germans of Cincinnati and surrounding areas. Many Germans came to Cincinnati in the 1830s to work in the meatpacking business. Most early comers came either from the Osnabrück region or Hanover or Oldenburg in Prussia. Many also came from southern Germany and Switzerland. They formed the Over-the-Rhine neighborhood and heavily contributed to the culture of Cincinnati. 30% of Cincinnatians were of German stock by 1860. This nearly doubled to 57% by 1890, thanks to an 1880s wave from the new German nation. Many Germans also lived in the Queen City suburbs and surrounding townships, which they also contribute a good deal to the Cincinnati community today. There is a German Heritage Museum in West Fork Park. Mass immigration in the 1850s and 1860s. Many Germans immigrated during this time due to the failed German revolutions of 1848 through 1849 and rising political instability in the German states. The 48ers, as many of them became to be known, brought many democratic ideals with them and heavily contributed to American political freedom. Many also contributed to the growing Midwestern German belt stretching from Pennsylvania to Minnesota. By the eve of the Civil War, over 30% of Ohio's population was German. Religious contribution of German immigrants. Most early German immigrants were either Catholic, Lutheran, Reformed, or Jewish. Many Germans came to America to escape religious persecution at home. Once they arrived, they formed their own churches by denomination and had services in their own language. The Lutheran and Catholic churches in Ohio gained a withstanding foothold due to its large German population. German contribution to the Civil War. Germans were large contributors to the Union cause due to their negative stance on slavery. 14% of the nearly 330,000 soldiers that Ohio supplied to the Union war effort were of German descent. 11 infantry, 1 cavalry, and 4 artillery regiments and batteries of German descent were raised from Ohio for the war effort. This included the famous 9th Ohio Infantry, nicknamed the Die Neune, the Niners, from Cincinnati. Germans in Ohio and national politics. Germans were heavy backers of the Republican Party, partially due to its anti-slavery stance and from German support in the Civil War. In 1844, Charles Raimlin became the first German-born elected representative to the Ohio legislature, an advocate for German-American interests. Germans were heavy backers of Abraham Lincoln in 1860. In 1871, Karl Schurz, a 48er, came to Ohio to hold huge political rallies to help push for Ohio political reform. Many Germans attended his rallies. This momentum helped to elect Jacob Mueller, a 48er, as Ohio's lieutenant governor the same year. The period between the 1840s and 1870s was considered an essential period where Germans heavily contributed to Ohio regional politics. Bemerkenswert Deutsche Ohioans. Notable German Ohioans. Joseph Baumler, 1853, founder of Zoar Village in 1817, influential leader and preacher in the village. Martin Baum, 1781 through 1831, Cincinnati businessman, encouraged waves of Germans to settle in Cincinnati upon immigration. Charles Raimlin, 1814 through 1912, helped establish the Cincinnati Volksblatt, elected to the State House in 1844, later established a law firm and edited for Der Deutsche Pioneer Journal. Frank A. Sieberling, 1859 through 1955, founder of Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company in Akron in 1898, also invented the tire-making machine and the detachable wheel rim. August von Willich, 1810 through 1878, editor of a German-American newspaper, helped organize and train the 9th Ohio Infantry during the Civil War. Danke für listening to our presentation.